Hey, what's up YouTube fam? This is Sly and welcome back to another episode of Talk Tech, where we're always talking about tech and I'm always excited. We have the brand new Galaxy Note 20 Ultra right here, and what we're going to do is unboxing. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump in here. So, we need a drum roll. Alright, let's go ahead and unbox this. I got my handy dandy unboxing knife, so we'll just do a quick cut here. And one over here. Let's get this side also. One around over here. And last but not least, we got one more side on this one. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this away before I hurt myself. Alright, so obviously we got extra paper, padding, information on my order from Samsung. I ordered this directly from Samsung, and okay, and there we go. We got an empty box, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's clear our station off, and right here we have a black piece of paper with nothing on it, so I don't know what that's for. Right here, Note 20 Ultra. So real quick, just super quick look around the box. This year it's in all black. You see N20, and that stands for Note 20, and there's the S Pen, and then obviously we have the Note 20 Ultra, and this is the 5G version. I'm on AT&T, so I got the AT&T variant. Got a little bit of information about the phone and legal stuff on the back. This side is blank, top is blank, and this side you can hardly see it. You may or may not be able to see it, but it says Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Okay. So we have two pieces of tape on here, so let me grab that unboxing knife one more time. Alright, and without hurting myself, let me see if I can go ahead and cut that open. Alright, and one more time on this side. Alright, set it to the side. Alright, shake, shake, shake. Ooh. Okay, so we open it up. And on the top of the box, we actually have what looks like to be the information as far as, yeah, all your paperwork and everything is going to be in a box on the top. That box is branded with Samsung on there. And then there is your SIM card or your micro SD card ejector, whichever one you want to call it. We actually have the phone itself here. Okay, there's a little bit of dust on it. That's surprising, just taking it out. Okay, we have the phone there. Oh man, that's nice. Okay, so we lift this up. Okay, there is a, right here we actually have the SIM card. Okay, I'm using it from another phone, so I don't need that. We have our charging brick. And if you look in here, this is our USB-C to USB-C cord. If I'm not mistaken, yes it is. And this year, there are no headphones that come in the box. So, Note 20 Ultra has no headphones in the box this year. Okay, so we'll take all this stuff, we'll set it to the side. I must say that I like the all black branding all the way across. Alright, so hopefully we got a good angle on this, but this is the Note 20 Ultra. This is the black, and this is the 512 gigabyte version. Okay. And this is the Mystic Black. If you look on the back there, it's almost like a mirror, very clear. There's a piece of plastic on the front. I'm going to go ahead and peel that off. And we have the phone itself. The phone is very light and feels very good in the hands. But let's go ahead and turn it on and get started. Alright, so here we are. We have the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is out of the box. It's set up. I'm going to take a few minutes and just kind of go over some of the measurements. So we're going to start off with the length. So if you look at from one side to the other, it's actually going to measure 3.03 inches. And then the height from top to bottom or bottom to top is going to be at 6 6.48 inches, so just under a tad smidge under 6.5 inches. And the thickness, this is a super thin device. Okay, that's a super thin device right there, and that's going to be 0.31 inches in thickness. So super thin device. And the screen itself, the screen is actually going to measure, if we start from the top corner here and go catty corner down to the bottom, it's going to be 6.9 inches, just right under 7 inches. So great big device as far as the screen goes. And the weight is going to be 0.45 inches. So super light device, feels very good in the hand, very balanced. It feels solid, not heavy. Great build quality when it comes to this device. Let's actually talk about the display itself. So what you're seeing right now is the always on display, and the always on display does not take full advantage of the beautiful screen that is on this device. But just talking about the screen itself, once again, it's going to be 6.9 inches, the actual screen, and this is an Edge device, and it's going to be a quad high def plus dramatic AMOLED 2x Infinity O display. So that's a lot to say. Try saying that 3 times fast, and that's what Samsung has it listed as. And all that means is that this is a really nice display, and it's going to look beautiful. And the resolution is going to be 3088 pixels by 1440 pixels, and that's going to give us a grand total of 496 ppi, and that stands for pixels per inch. Now this is HDR10 plus certified, and the refresh rate is 120 gigahertz of refresh rate, or excuse me, hertz, 120 hertz refresh rate. And that's just going to mean that we're going to have smooth viewing experience, scrolling experience when you're using the device. Now from there, the next thing I actually want to go into is actually the S Pen itself. So I'm going to zoom out on this list a little bit so we got a good view angle. And here is the Note 20 Ultra and the S Pen. Now one of the biggest things for me coming from the Note 10 Plus to the Note 20 Ultra is actually positioning of the S Pen. It's the positioning of the S Pen. So Note 20 Ultra and Note 10 Plus, they look very similar, but if you pull out the S Pen, and what you're going to notice is that on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, the S Pen is going to be on the right side. On the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, the S Pen is going to be on the left hand side. So that's taking a little bit of time to get used to or adjusted to for those two. But that's the S Pen right there. And if we look at the two S Pens, they're pretty much identical. There is a slight difference in the color between the two of them when you hold it to the eye, but they're pretty much identical as far as the S Pens. Now let's just go ahead and take a minute and go in the S Pens and jump in there. So the S Pen itself, we'll go ahead and move that one, and this is the one for the Note 20 Ultra. The S Pen, the length, so if you're going from one side to the other, it's going to be 0.22 inches, okay? So extremely short. The length of it from the top to the bottom is going to be 4.13 inches. And the thickness, if we turn it to the side, is going to be 0.16 inches. And this is super light, okay? Super light. And it's going to weigh 0.006 pounds. Okay, so extremely light. Some of the major features on here, and this is jam-packed with features, the Note and the S Pen, and I'm not going to go over all of them today. But some of the major features is this is still Bluetooth enabled. This has a lithium battery in here, and that battery has a standby time of 24 hours. Okay, and like I said, this is packed with features. Some of the features are Air Action, Air View, Live Messages, Samsung Note, just like this, the screen off, where you're able to screen off memo, where you're able to take notes when the screen is off, Smart Select, Screen Write, Translation, and it goes on and on and on. So that is the S Pen, real quick, fast, and in a hurry. We're going to slide that back in there. Okay. So the next thing I want to look at is this front-facing camera right there, okay? And the front-facing camera is how right there in that little circle, that hole punch, and that's going to be a 10 megapixel selfie camera. Okay, that selfie camera is going to have dual pixel autofocus, and it's going to have a field of vision of 80 degrees. It's also going to have a F number aperture, and that's going to be f2.2. From there, we'll turn to the back of the device, and we're going to look at the back of the device. Now we're going to have 3 different cameras on here. The first camera we're going to talk about is going to be this top camera right here, and that's going to be a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. The field of vision is going to be 120 degrees, and it's going to have an f aperture, and this f aperture is going to be f2.2. The second camera is going to be our wide angle camera. Okay, and this is a 108 megapixel camera, wide angle. It's going to have a 79 degrees field of vision, and the f number aperture is going to be f1.8. And the sensor is going to be a 1 and 1.33 image sensor stabilization. And that's going to roll right into the third camera. And the third camera is going to be a 12 megapixel telephonic camera. The field of vision is going to be 20 degrees. And the f number aperture is going to be f3.0. And then right here, you see that little section right there? Looks like a oval with a little red dot. That's going to be where our laser autofocus sensor is housed. Just a couple other things on the cameras itself. We're going to have 5-time optical zoom. So we're going to have up to 50 super resolution zoom. So for video recording, we could do 8K video recording at 24 frames per second. And the resolution of that is going to be 7,680 pixels by 4,320 pixels. We have 4K, which is ultra high def video at 60 frames per second. That will be 3,840 pixels by 2,160 pixels. After that, we have 1080p, which is full high def video, and that's going to be at 120 frames per second and also 60 frames per second. And that's going to give us 1,920 pixels by 1,080 pixels. And then last but not least, we are going to have our 720 high def video recording at 30 frames per second, and that's going to be 1,280 pixels by 720 pixels. Now the battery inside here that's actually running this whole thing is going to be a 4,500 milliamp battery. The Note 20 operating system is Android, and out of the box it's going to come with Android 10. Samsung has committed themselves to giving updates for at least 3 years on this device. Now the Note 20 Ultra has 12 gigabytes of RAM, and you have 2 choices of internal storage, either 128 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes of internal storage, and this is the 512 gigabyte. This has expandable storage up to 1 terabyte, so you can have 1.5 terabytes of storage between internal and with your SD card. A couple other things just to note that the speakers are tuned by AKG. This device does have NFC, and Samsung Pay is on here. And just a quick tour around the device itself. Okay, so we have the screen up front. We have a in-screen fingerprint reader. On this side right here, the right side, the buttons changed this year. So on this side, the buttons are on the right side. Last year, they were on the left. But we have a volume up and down rocker and also a power button. Volume up and down rocker, power button. On the bottom right here, we have a mic. We have our USB-C port for data and charging. We have a speaker, and once again, the S Pen is housed on the left side. Okay, if we turn to this side, there's going to be nothing on here. And at the very top, there's going to be another mic. And then right here is where our SIM ejector tool goes. Oops, excuse me, I got that mixed up. Our mic is right there. And this is our port for our SIM ejector tool, where our micro SD and SIM card is housed. Alright, and that is the unboxing and first look of the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and hit the notifications. We're going to have plenty of videos talking about the Note 20 Ultra and accessories, so make sure you stay tuned. My name is Sly, and this is another episode of Talk Tech. Peace.